Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and history lovers. In today's video, we are diving into the fascinating world of rare United Kingdom 1 penny coins. At first glance, the humble penny might seem like just small change, but some of these coins have become treasures worth thousands of dollars in today's auction markets. In this video, we will explore the top 6 most valuable UK 1 penny coins, discussing their history, unique features, rarity, collector demand, and of course, their current market value in dollars. So let's get started. First up, we're going to take a closer look at the United Kingdom 1 penny coin from the year 1989, specifically in fine condition. While many people overlook modern decimal coins, the truth is that some of them hold surprising value in the auction market. This coin is one of those special pieces that attract the attention of collectors worldwide, not only for its design, but also for its rarity and historical background. The United Kingdom 1 penny coin has a long and rich history dating back to the introduction of decimalization in 1971. The 1989 issue falls under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, whose portrait was featured on the obverse side of the coin. During this period, coins were struck in large numbers for everyday circulation, but the late 1980s marked an important time in British coinage, as the Royal Mint was making gradual changes in both production and design. The 1989 penny belongs to the second decimal series, featuring the well-known crowned portcullis design. Though it was intended as a common circulation coin, today it has gained a reputation among collectors due to its historical context, its age, and the growing popularity of decimal coin collecting. The obverse of the 1989 penny carries the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf. This design was used between 1985 and 1997 and is highly recognizable due to its elegant and regal depiction of the Queen wearing the royal diadem. On the reverse, the coin features the crowned portcullis with chains, a symbol often associated with British Parliament and strength. Surrounding the design are the words 1 penny, along with the denomination value of 1 below. The coin was struck in bronze, and in fine condition. The details remain visible, though with some moderate wear. Collectors often admire the balance of tradition and modernity in this particular issue, making it a standout among later penny coins. Although millions of 1989 pennies were minted for circulation, finding them today in collectible grades such as fine condition or higher is becoming less common. Many were lost, damaged, or melted over the years, which has slowly increased their scarcity in the numismatic market. Collectors who specialize in decimal coins or Queen Elizabeth II coinage often seek out complete year sets, and the 1989 penny is essential to fill that gap. Its appeal lies not only in its age, but also in its role as a transitional piece in British coinage history. As decimal coin collecting gains more recognition, the demand for coins like the 1989 penny continues to rise, making it more valuable than people might expect. Now, let's talk about the most exciting part: the value of the 1989 United Kingdom 1 penny in fine condition. While it may not reach the astronomical prices of rare Victorian or pre-decimal coins, it still commands respectable interest in auctions. Depending on the coin's wear, appeal, and demand at the time of sale, the 1989 1 penny in fine condition can sell anywhere between $122,000 in the collector's market. Higher grade examples, such as extremely fine or uncirculated, can fetch even more, sometimes up to $250,000 or more in rare cases. Auction results show that collectors are willing to pay a premium for well-preserved coins, and prices continue to climb slowly as time goes on. If you're interested in collecting the 1989 penny, here are a few helpful tips. First, always look for coins that retain clear details on both the Queen's portrait and the portcullis design, as these features are critical to determining condition and value. Second, consider storing your coins in protective holders to prevent further wear or damage, especially if you plan to keep them for long-term investment. Finally, research auction houses, online marketplaces, and numismatic forums, as these platforms often feature listings where you can compare prices and gauge current market trends. Patience and knowledge are key when collecting decimal coins, and even a coin as common-seeming as the 1989 penny can turn into a treasure when preserved carefully. The 1989 United Kingdom 1 penny in fine condition is more than just an old coin from your change drawer. It represents a piece of British history, carries a beautiful design, and continues to grow in demand among collectors. While its value in dollars may seem modest compared to rarer pre-decimal coins, it is an essential coin for anyone building a decimal collection or focusing on Queen Elizabeth II's reign. So next time you come across a 1989 penny, don't dismiss it too quickly. It might just be the hidden gem your collection needs. Next up, we're diving into a coin that may look ordinary to many, but for collectors, it can be quite special. The United Kingdom 1 penny from 1998. While it's often overlooked in everyday circulation, when found in very fine condition, this coin holds a unique place in the numismatic world. We'll explore its history, unique design features, rarity, collector demand, current market value in dollars, and some essential tips for collectors who want to add it to their collection. The United Kingdom 1 penny coin has a long and fascinating history dating back to the 8th century, but the modern decimal penny was first introduced in 1971 during decimalization. The 1998 issue falls under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, continuing the decimal series. By this time, the penny had already become an essential part of daily transactions in the UK, though its actual purchasing power had declined. Even so, the 1998 penny reflects both Britain's strong minting traditions and its cultural identity through coinage. The 1998 1 penny is struck in copper-plated steel, a change introduced in 1992 to replace the earlier bronze composition. On the obverse, the coin features the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. His effigy of the Queen, introduced in 1998, shows a more realistic and mature likeness, making this year's coin particularly significant as it marked the debut of his design. On the reverse, you'll find Christopher Ironside's crowned portcullis design, a traditional emblem that ties back to the Palace of Westminster. The combination of a new obverse portrait and the classic reverse makes this coin stand out in the penny series. Although millions of 1 penny coins were minted in 1998, finding them in very fine or higher condition is far less common. The coins circulated widely, meaning that most examples today are heavily worn. Collectors prize the 1998 penny not only because of its role in introducing Ian Rank Broadley's portrait, but also because well-preserved examples are becoming harder to come by. For collectors specializing in decimal-era coins, the 1998 penny marks an important transitional piece, giving it an added layer of desirability. So, how much is a 1998 1 penny in very fine condition worth today? On average, circulated examples in typical condition may only hold face value, but when you find a coin graded very fine or above, collectors are willing to pay a premium. At recent auctions and online markets, 1998 1 penny coins in very fine to extremely fine condition have fetched between $20,200, depending on overall quality and demand. Exceptional uncirculated specimens or proof strikes, however, can achieve even higher prices, sometimes reaching $50,500 for pristine examples. If you're looking to add a 1998 penny to your collection, focus on condition above all else. Check for coins with sharp details on the Queen's portrait and the portcullis design, with minimal wear and strong luster. Always store your coin in protective holders to prevent further scratches or tarnishing. When purchasing online or at auctions, make sure to verify authenticity and, if possible, look for coins that have been professionally graded. Collectors who build complete date runs of decimal pennies will definitely want the 1998 issue in higher grades, making it a valuable addition to any collection. The United Kingdom 1 penny from 1998 may not seem like much at first glance, but when preserved in very fine condition or better, it transforms from pocket change into a collectible piece of British history. Its significance lies in the introduction of Ian Rank Broadley's effigy, its enduring design, and its growing appeal among collectors. Whether you're just starting your coin collection or already an experienced numismatist, the 1998 penny is worth keeping an eye out for. Next up, we'll be diving into the fascinating world of British coins, focusing on the United Kingdom 1 penny from 1999. At first glance, this coin may look ordinary, but when we take a closer look at its history, features, and collector demand, you'll see why it holds a special place in the numismatic world. Even in fine condition, some examples of the 1999 penny have attracted attention at auctions, reaching impressive values in dollars. So, let's uncover why this small copper-plated coin continues to spark big interest among collectors. The 1 penny coin of 1999 belongs to the modern decimal coinage system of the United Kingdom. Decimalization was introduced in 1971, and since then, the penny has been one of the most widely circulated coins in Britain. By 1999, the coin had already been in circulation for nearly 3 decades, yet each issue carried significance as part of everyday currency and as a collectible. The 1999 penny was struck under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, making it part of the 4th definitive portrait series, featuring her portrait designed by sculptor Ian Rank Broadley. This period was notable because it represented a shift in style and presentation, with the portrait showing a more mature and realistic image of the Queen compared to earlier issues. The 1999 1 penny coin has several distinctive features that set it apart. On the obverse, as mentioned, we see the Ian Rank Broadley portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, with the inscription Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD followed by the year of issue. On the reverse, the coin features the iconic portcullis design, a traditional heraldic symbol often associated with the British Parliament. The coin is struck in copper-plated steel, giving it a bright reddish-brown tone when new, which darkens over time. Its size is small yet symbolic, measuring 20.3 millimeters in diameter and weighing 3.56 grams. For collectors, these little design details and material changes make every issue worth studying closely. At first, you may think the 1999 penny is not rare, since millions were minted for circulation. However, in the world of coin collecting, rarity isn't always about how many coins were produced, but how many survive today in desirable condition. Many of these coins were heavily circulated, making high-grade examples difficult to find. Even in fine condition, collectors often prize the 1999 penny because it represents the early issues of the Rank Broadley portrait series. What further fuels demand is the fact that some specific minting variations, errors, or coins in excellent condition are extremely scarce and can command strong interest at auction. This growing demand proves that even a seemingly common penny can surprise collectors with its hidden value. Now let's talk about what everyone wants to know: the market value. In circulated fine condition, the 1999 one penny usually sells for a modest amount, often just a few dollars. However, when these coins appear in higher grades such as brilliant uncirculated or in proof sets, their value can rise significantly, sometimes selling for $45,600 at auctions depending on demand. Even in fine condition, unique examples with errors like misstrikes, off-center designs, or double-die varieties can achieve much higher prices, with collectors willing to pay millions of dollars for the right coin. So while most 1999 pennies may be common pocket change, the rare finds are where the real auction excitement begins. For those interested in collecting the 1999 one penny, here are some useful tips. First, always check the coin's condition carefully. Coins in fine condition are a good start, but try to search for higher grades if possible. Second, examine your coins for possible minting errors, as these are often the key to unlocking much higher values. Third, consider collecting complete penny sets across different years, as this can add more historical value to your collection. Finally, when buying or selling, always work with trusted dealers or auction houses to ensure authenticity and to get the best value for your coin. The United Kingdom one penny 1999 may seem like an everyday coin, but its historical significance, unique design, and role in the modern series make it more than just small change. Even in fine condition, this coin attracts interest among collectors, and rare variations can fetch surprisingly big money in the auction market. So, take a closer look. You never know if you're holding a small piece of numismatic treasure. Next up, we'll be talking about the United Kingdom one penny coin from 1993 in very fine condition. At first glance, this coin may look ordinary, but some versions of it have turned out to be incredibly rare and surprisingly valuable in the collector's market. So, let's uncover the story, rarity, and the potential big auction value in dollars of the 1993 UK one penny. The 1993 one penny was part of the decimal coinage system, introduced in 1971 when Britain switched from the old pre-decimal currency to the modern pound-based system. By the early 1990s, the one penny coin had already become a common everyday coin in circulation. However, in 1992, the Royal Mint changed the composition of the penny from bronze 97% copper to copper-plated steel because the rising cost of copper made bronze coins too expensive to produce. The 1993 penny was one of the first full years struck entirely in copper-plated steel. This transition marked an important chapter in UK coinage history, making some coins from that period highly sought after by collectors today. The 1993 one penny features the familiar design of the crown portcullis with chains, originally adapted from the badge of King Henry VII. Above it is the inscription "one penny," with the denomination 1 below. On the obverse, the coin bears the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf, which was used between 1985 and 1997. Collectors appreciate the sharp detailing of this portrait, especially in very fine condition, where wear is light and the design elements remain crisp and clear. While millions of pennies were minted in 1993 for circulation, what makes this coin interesting is that not all of them were struck in huge numbers. In fact, the 1993 one penny issued in uncirculated and proof sets was produced in significantly smaller quantities compared to everyday circulation coins. The Royal Mint issued only limited numbers for collectors, making them far scarcer in high grades. Coins that have survived in very fine or better condition are now highly desirable because most circulated heavily and became worn. This limited availability has made the 1993 one penny a target for collectors seeking to complete their decimal penny series. When it comes to auction value, the 1993 one penny may surprise you. While ordinary worn examples are worth only face value, coins preserved in very fine to uncirculated condition can fetch between $25,100 depending on the quality and demand. Rare proof issues and pristine examples have even been known to reach over $65,200 or more in specialist auctions. The collector market for decimal pennies has grown steadily, and the 1993 one penny in excellent preservation has gained recognition as a hidden gem. If you're looking to collect the 1993 one penny, here are some tips. First, pay close attention to condition. A very fine or higher grade makes a huge difference in value. Second, always look for proof and uncirculated issues, as they are much rarer than circulated coins. Third, consider storing your coins properly in protective holders to avoid scratches and environmental damage. And finally, when buying or selling, always consult reputable dealers or check recent auction results to make sure you're getting a fair deal. The 1993 United Kingdom one penny in very fine condition is not just an ordinary coin, but a small piece of history that represents a key moment in British coinage. The shift from bronze to copper-plated steel, its rarity, combined with collector demand, makes it a fascinating and valuable addition to any coin collection. If you happen to come across one in excellent condition, it could be worth far more than just a penny in today's auction market. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of British coins to talk about a coin that may seem ordinary at first glance, but actually carries unique interest for collectors. The United Kingdom one penny coin from 1994. While millions of pennies were struck in modern times, certain examples, especially in collectible conditions, can carry surprising value in today's auction market. We'll explore the history, design, rarity, and potential dollar value of the 1994 one penny in fine condition, and why it might deserve a special place in your collection. The United Kingdom one penny coin has a long and proud history, dating back to the introduction of decimalization in 1971. The decimal one penny replaced the pre-decimal penny, and since then, it has been a key part of everyday British currency. By 1994, the penny was already over 2 decades into circulation under the decimal system. These coins were struck under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, carrying her effigy on the obverse. What makes the 1994 issue interesting is that it came at a time when the Royal Mint was producing vast numbers of coins to keep up with the needs of circulation, yet certain coins in high-grade or error-struck forms have become very collectible today. The 1994 one penny coin features on its obverse the famous portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf. This effigy, introduced in 1985, presents the Queen wearing the regal Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. On the reverse, the design by Christopher Ironside shows the crowned portcullis with chains, an iconic heraldic symbol associated with the Palace of Westminster, surrounded by the words "one penny" and the denomination 1. The coin was struck in bronze, a composition used until 1992, after which the mint shifted to copper-plated steel. By 1994, the penny was already in its copper-plated steel form, making it lighter and more magnetic than its earlier bronze predecessors. Now, you might be wondering, how can a modern coin like the 1994 penny be rare? While millions were indeed minted for everyday use, coins in fine condition and above are increasingly hard to find because so many have been worn down in circulation or lost over time. Collectors today seek well-preserved examples to fill gaps in their date runs of UK decimal coins. Additionally, certain rare misstrikes and minting errors from this year can fetch higher prices, as error coins are always in high demand among specialist collectors. This collector demand has given the 1994 penny a stronger market presence than you might expect from such a recent coin. In average circulated condition, the 1994 one penny is worth only its face value. However, when preserved in fine or better condition, it can command more attention from collectors. On auction sites, coins from this year in fine condition may sell anywhere between $20,100, with higher-grade examples such as extremely fine or uncirculated sometimes fetching $35,300, especially if they are carefully graded or offered as part of a set. Rare minting error versions, depending on type and visibility, can go much higher, sometimes hundreds of dollars in specialized auctions. If you're hoping to add a 1994 penny to your collection, always pay attention to the condition first. Fine condition coins should still show clear details of the Queen's portrait and the portcullis without excessive wear. Look for bright, original surfaces where possible, as this adds value. Always handle coins carefully, ideally with cotton gloves, to avoid damaging the surface. For error coin collectors, be on the lookout for off-center strikes, die cracks, or unusual plating issues, as these are the examples that command the biggest premiums in the market. And as always, keep an eye on reputable auction houses or trusted online marketplaces for the best opportunities. So, while the 1994 United Kingdom 1 penny may not strike you as an ancient rarity, in fine condition and with collector interest, it holds more value than you might imagine. From its historical place in the evolution of decimal currency to its collectible demand and surprising auction market value in dollars, this penny is a reminder that even modern coins can become treasures in the eyes of collectors. If you have one tucked away in your change jar, it might be worth checking its condition. You never know. It could be more valuable than just 1 penny. Next up, we will be diving deep into the fascinating world of British coinage. Our focus will be on the United Kingdom 1 penny coin from 1991, a piece that holds great historical significance and collectible value. While at first glance it might seem like an ordinary coin, those preserved in very fine condition or higher can attract serious interest in the auction market. Let's uncover the story behind this coin, why it is considered special, and how much it's worth today in dollars. The 1991 1 penny coin belongs to the decimal coinage system introduced in 1971. This coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, who reigned during this period, and represents a time when the UK was transitioning through important economic and social developments. By 1991, the penny had already been circulating for 2 decades, but it continued to be an important part of daily life in Britain. Minted in copper-plated steel after the change from bronze in 1992, the 1991 issue was one of the last pennies made entirely from bronze, making it highly desirable for collectors today. This small detail sets it apart from later issues and adds to its appeal. The obverse of the coin displays the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf, with the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem. The reverse design, by Christopher Ironside, shows the crown portcullis, a symbol closely tied to British Parliament and history. The 1991 penny measures 20.3 millimeters in diameter and weighs 3.56 grams, crafted entirely from bronze, unlike its later copper-plated steel successors. Collectors especially admire coins with clear, sharp details, minimal wear, and original color, as these features highlight the artistry and preservation of the coin. What makes the 1991 1 penny rare and desirable is its bronze composition and its place at the end of an era, just before the shift to steel in 1992. While many of these coins were struck for circulation, very few have survived in very fine condition or better due to heavy use in daily commerce. The demand for this particular year among collectors has grown steadily, as it bridges the gap between the traditional bronze coinage and modern plated issues. Furthermore, the 1991 penny holds additional appeal to those building date runs of UK decimal coins, ensuring strong collector interest worldwide. Now let's talk about the value. In average circulated condition, the 1991 1 penny may only be worth its face value. However, when preserved in very fine condition or higher, this coin can attract bids from enthusiastic collectors. Depending on the auction, such coins have been known to fetch between $27,100, while examples in extremely fine or uncirculated condition can sell for even higher, sometimes crossing $47,300 or more if certified by a grading authority. Rare error versions or coins with exceptional toning can command premium prices at auction. If you are looking to add a 1991 1 penny to your collection, pay close attention to condition. Coins in very fine or better are increasingly difficult to find. Always check for strong details in the Queen's portrait and the portcullis design, as well as a clean rim and minimal scratches. Consider storing your coin in a protective holder to prevent further wear. For serious collectors, getting the coin professionally graded can significantly increase its value and desirability at auction. Also, keep an eye out for possible minting errors, as these can make your coin even more valuable. The United Kingdom 1 penny 1991 is more than just a small bronze coin. It represents the end of a historic era in British coinage. With its unique design, historical background, and growing collector demand, this coin continues to rise in importance. In very fine condition, it can bring surprisingly high value in today's auction market, making it a worthy addition to any collection. So, if you come across this coin in your change or coin box, make sure to check its condition carefully. You might be holding a piece worth far more than just a penny. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable British coins, don't forget to like, share, and and subscribe for more coin collecting insights. Until next time, happy collecting.